What do you do with a problem like Glenn Beck? I don't know what to do with him. He is going to get somebody really hurt. And he's got his First Amendment rights. But he's inciting people, and he's inciting people. Don't take my word for it. Take Glenn Beck's word for it. We're about to play some clips for you guys. In these clips, he's going to compare progressives to Nazis and worse. He's going to complain about democracy, and he's going to scare the living crap out of people as if they're going to be killed. And then later there'll be a caller who believes him, and that'll be interesting as well. But first, let's hear him incite, folks.
Let's go to Canada. Canada has decided that the time is here now for euthanasia. Now, why is the time here now for euthanasia? Well, because we just want to be able to help those who don't have any quality of life. I beg you, America, I beg you, Great and powerful evil is on our doorstep. Great and powerful evil is here. I beg you, read about the progressives. I beg you, please, do your homework on eugenics. It is starting all over again. What we said we would never, ever forget. I'm telling you, I'm doing research right now on the 1930s and 40s. Part of it is taking me overseas. Other parts, most of it is taking me here in America. I'm going to show you things in the coming weeks in history that you just had no idea. No idea. It's shocking. It is horrifying. And it shows you how close we came to falling into the same kind of trap that Europe did, that led to 70 million dead in China, led to, 40 million dead with Stalin, 10 million dead by Hitler. We were this close. The progressive movement, it's the same thing. It is, we know better than you. We're smarter than you. There are just too many stupid people out there. We haven't explained it enough. And then there are those who just won't listen, and we just need to move past those people. It's not about freedom. It's don't let them lie to you. It's not about democracy. It is about control. Democracies have never, ever succeeded. There has never been a lasting democracy. That's why we're a republic. Democracies do not survive. That's why they want a democracy. If you look at what they're doing in Canada, again, the progressive movement, just because it's going to, we've got to help those people out who have no quality of life. It starts on both ends, just like the eugenics system did here in America, and then was moved over to places like Germany out of compassion. Let's help Sarah Palin's poor baby. What quality of life will that child have? The quality of life that the Lord intended, and the quality of life is enhanced in all of us by being around a child like that. And then they take it off the top end. Just like the eugenics program did, we'll take care of the infirm, the imbecilic, the sick, the tired, those who just can't do it anymore. They have no quality of life.
All right. Well, where do you start with this clip? All right. First of all, he started with Canada considering euthanasia. They are considering euthanasia. Euthanasia is not someone being killed that didn't want it, didn't ask for it, etc. It is actually someone taking their own life. Now, he goes way past that to, of course, they're going to be murdered. Who's going to murder them? The progressives are. Then he jumps from Canada to here. Then he jumps from progressives here to 70 million killed in China, 40 million in Russia. And then he lowballs Hitler for some reason and puts him at 10 million, right? And then he twists things on their head, and fascism, which is the most right-wing political philosophy in world history, he turns that into progressivism. Fascism is actually left-wing, just not even remotely factual. But who cares? He's on a roll, right? And then he moves from the fascism and the, what is that, overall, let me do quick math, 120 million killed because of progressives, back to the U.S. and back to current day with Sarah Palin and her child, and she's obviously does not have good quality of life, so the progressives are going to murder her. Now, where did all this start? Canada is considering a euthanasia program where people would have the choice of how to end their own lives, okay? Because that would be personal liberty, right? Not somebody else makes that decision. They make the decision, right? But Glenn Beck otherwise says he's in favor of personal liberty, but not that, because it's going to lead to Sarah Palin's child being murdered. And apparently he's also against democracy. Now, that was a weird little rant there in the middle. You know, you're probably going to have a better theory for it than I will, some of you out there. I don't know where he's leading with that, other than just general right-wing rant against democracy. But my best guess is that, hey, we can't have up or down votes in the Senate. We can't have rule of the majority because they're not in the majority anymore. Of course, when they were in the majority, then democracy rocked, and the majority rule was the way to go. But now that they're in the minority, no, that's fascism, progressivism, and 120 million people will be killed. Look, if it was, just him saying this stuff, and it didn't actually get through to anybody, he's an idiot in a street corner, and he's worried about himself, because I understood at the end of that rant why he's so concerned. He thinks they're going to go after the imbeciles. So his own ass is on the line. But that would be no problem, except he's getting people worked up. And did you see what he said in the beginning? That's the part that freaked me out the most. A great and powerful evil is coming. Now, there's a lot of religious folks in this country, and even if you're not religious, you're thinking, oh my God, a great and powerful evil is coming, and millions of people were killed before by these progressives. Now, you see, they can't use liberals anymore. That's not working anymore. So now they're trying to make progressives an evil, powerful world, a terrible word, an ugly word, a dirty word. Progressive is a bad thing. It kills 120 million people, right? And they're coming. A great and powerful evil is coming. Now, what would you do if a great and powerful evil was coming? If you could stop it, would you? Would you have stopped Hitler, Stalin, Mao? Well, a great and powerful evil is coming here. Glenn Beck told us. Now, what are you going to do about it? It's scary stuff, man. Scary. Because, Beck is enough of a dingbat. And he's purposely misleading these people. But imagine the dingbats that are listening and what some of them are going to do in a panic because they think they're going to be killed. Okay, now you think I'm exaggerating? Well, here's a caller on that same program. And she's scared to death. Literally. She's worried that they're going to come to kill her. Listen in.
Let me go to Bev in Ohio. Hello, Bev.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Very good.
I just have a question. I was listening to you when you first came on, and you're talking about the eugenics in Canada and how they're going to put people out of their misery.
Well, now they're talking about it. The doctors up there now are saying it's time to really look at euthanasia. And the reason why they're doing that is because health care is collapsing on costs.
Okay, because I've worked in a factory for almost 30 years now, and I have a bad back, and I'm having to go on disability, and it's not my choice. But I was wondering, I'm 47, am I going to be one of those people that, that he's going to put out of his misery because I can't,
Well, luckily they're not talking about this here. They're talking about it in Canada. So you're...
Oh, I know, but isn't Obama kind of heading that direction?
Well, he would claim no, but if you look at Rahm Emanuel's brother...
Exactly.
And you look at his what is it called? His Complete Lives program. Yes, you would be one of those that would,
Okay, Okay, so
you'd get
I'm a
less.
mother and a wife and a friend. That has enough, they need to maybe take that into consideration. Maybe I can't earn a paycheck. Maybe I have to get disability, but I mean something to people, do they?
Bev?
It's just really scary. I sit here and I listen to you, and I'm learning a lot, but, there's a lot of aspects of what they're doing that are really...
Evil?
Yes, evil.
Yes. Bev, God bless you. You don't need to be frightened, because we're not those people. And we are certainly not those people anytime soon. And there will be lots of people that are going to put up a fight against anything like this. So, you don't panic. You just need to stay aware and wake your families up and have have people do their own homework and their own research.
That poor woman is scared to death, man. She thinks they're going to come to kill her. And look at what Beck does there, because he's so careful, because he doesn't want to make an actual misstatement. Like, he doesn't say Canada is doing euthanasia. He says, no, Canada is considering euthanasia, but you're right, we should be concerned. No, we're not doing it here in America yet, but you're right, we should be concerned. Obama says he wouldn't do that, but yes, you're right, he might, because look at Rahm Emanuel's brother, la 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 la, and I said X and Y and Z, and somehow I connected them, right? And he said, but don't worry, Bev. There are a lot of brave people in America who are willing to put up a fight, who are going to stop them before they get to that point where they're going to kill you. Dangerous, man. Super dangerous. And then the great irony of all this is, in reality, of course, real progressives want to help Bev. They're the first people that want to help her. They want to help her get health insurance. They want to make sure she's protected if she got hurt on the job. And the conservatives like Glenn Beck are the ones that remove all of those protections. They want to get rid of her Social Security. They want to get rid of her Medicare. It's in new proposals right now being proposed by the Republicans. Bush tried to privatize Social Security so she wouldn't have anything to fall back on. They're the ones against workman compensation claims. They're the ones that are against her getting Medicare in the first place. So they take all of Bev's fears and concerns and they flip it on its head and use it against her. And by demonizing the very people who are trying to help her, there is a great evil in the country. That's for damn sure. You got that right, that part right, Glenn. But it ain't the progressives.